All right, we are on air. It is January 11th. This is a meeting to check in on active development tasks for Backdrop CMS. First in our agenda for today is to say a quick thank you to several new people in our community. There were 4 new core contributors who all got pull requests in, and most of them are RTBC. Just in the last week, I think we got 4 on the same day, which was really cool. I think part of that might have been having to do with the fact that we changed the issue tag from audience novice to good first issue, and GitHub itself is doing a little promotion around any issue that's tagged with good first issue. So I think that's also good in terms of GitHub world, using terminology that's consistent for people on other projects. But either way, I'm really excited that we've got people contributing. Sometimes they come in and ask for help, like which file should I change? And we point them at a file and then they make the changes. So it's fantastic. Really happy to see that happening. So thank you to everybody who is new and contributing to open source. And I've removed all of the other updates from this agenda so that we can focus primarily on Backdrop 1.9. But I would like to just mention that we did get pushed out updates to the homepage of backdropcms.org. In doing that, there were also some other updates made to the entire theme. So there could be other parts of the site that aren't looking great or working as they did before. Please note those if you see anything like that. Say something in Gitter, or even better, post an issue in the backdropcms.org queue, and we'll try and get through, work out those as they come up. But that's it. Let's roll over to Nate and let you take over.
Yeah. Pardon. Yeah, so 1.9 is just around the corner. It's January 11th, which means 1.9 will be coming out in just 4 days on Monday. It actually is a holiday in the United States that day, which is great, actually, because that means we'll have a nice low-stress day to kind of push out that release. It will be coming out the 15th, even regardless of the holiday, though. What we're going to do between now and then, basically, is button up some things. We have a bucket of issues that many of which have been marked RTBC, actually. There's like a 7 or so RTBC issues, which is awesome. I really love seeing RTBC issues. There's also a good 20 or so items that are in a needs review state. Some of them include cross ports from old versions of Drupal 7 and lots of small little minor improvements kind of throughout Backdrop, small terminology updates, UX changes. There's even 1 or 2 things that are slight behavior changes, like fixing /user so that /user doesn't act all crazy. It just redirects between the login page and the user profile page, or it will after that pull request. I think all of those things are likely to make it in for 1.9. Let's see, there's 2 lists of places you can go to find issues that could still get into 1.9. That includes everything that's currently in the 1.8.2 release is actually a really great list of candidates for things that can go into 1.9, because anything that's in the bug fix category can still be incorporated into the release at any time. So that includes all of those cross-port issues, for example. There's also the 1.9 tag, which thus far hasn't actually been updated for what will get into 1.9 versus what we don't have time for yet. You're going to say something, Jen?
Yeah, a few of the big items that were obvious that weren't going to make it in have already been moved to 110, like some of those file entity types issues. But the whole queue hasn't been pruned. So
cool. Yeah, and some of them that are in the 1.9 queue are things that we can still do. That includes like the user page redirection. So both of those places are good places to check for items that we want to work on for the next couple of days. And of course, it's never too early to be looking into the future. 1.10, which will come out a little more than 4 months from now, it looks like we're shaping it up to be heavy on translation capabilities. We've got issue 225 that is a pull request for menu translation that is really close. Config translation in issue 704 that has a proof of concept PR, but needs some more work there. And eventually we'll need to build out all the integrations to use that new capability. And then we're discussing some other items regarding translation, including some special handling for blocks, the blocks that are stored as configuration, which they're not quite content and they're not quite appropriate for your config translation. So we've been discussing that issue separately. Right now, I think Olaf isn't here. Did that ever get made into an official issue? I see that it's in the backdrop for good issue queue. But I think that we had anticipated making it an official issue. I don't think it has been. Well, anyway, making that into a real backdrop issue would be a good thing to get that rolling as well. There's actually already some code behind that capability. It's just off in a repository and hasn't been made into pull request form yet. So that's also kind of promising. And then there's the issue tracker for 1.10. We've been bumping things into 1.10, including a lot of the file management capabilities that we didn't get finished up in time in 1.9. So that those things are the most likely candidate for next 1.10 release. But for the next couple of days, I know myself and Jeff will probably be concerned with things that are slated for 1.9, making sure that we get in everything we can there. So that's it for the product update. We've got a couple more days left. I'm really, again, like reiterating, like we started doing these feature freezes like 3 releases ago, or maybe this is the 3rd time that we've had a feature freeze. Man, it makes my life so much more chill. So I love the feature freezes, and I'm glad that they've been working out so well, even though things like that menu link translation, we actually kind of finished on the 1st, but it was just too late. We got reviewed on the 2nd, and I was like, well, oh well, 1.10 it is. So I think it's a good policy, though. Definitely makes things predictable.
Sanity is good.
Yeah, Sanity is really good, especially in an open source project with a bunch of volunteers. So that's it. Do you guys have anything you guys would like to discuss in this meeting? No? Well, maybe we keep it short and sweet then. That'll be it for today's backdrop meeting, the last meeting before 1.9. So it'll be exciting seeing you guys over the weekend and online, and we'll do this thing together. All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Goodbye.